Hello, all my beautiful people. Happy Saturday to you. And yes, I'm still in the comfort of my bed at the moment until I start my day. And this particular channel, you're going to see different angles. I'm going to be up, sometimes I'm not. Whenever God speak, the soul speak, I know that I have to get a message out to you. So, this quick message is going to be, I feel, motivational to help you guys. And I really just hope this uplift your spirits, okay? Do not give up on yourself. Okay, do not give up on yourself. And I feel like this is going to be a message for people that is trying to focus on their passion, their purpose, and their goals. And that can be hard as hell. Okay, it's hard. It is hard as hell when you find something that you love, but you just feel like it's not going anywhere, or you don't know how to go anywhere. So I feel like this message would be for people that is has found their purpose, and maybe you're not getting the traction and attention that you need. So some helpful tips I want to tell you is that sometimes we got to go old school to get ourselves out there. Now, perhaps the kind of business you do, you're not getting a lot of attention on what you're doing. A lot of people's not coming towards you. You're not getting a lot of sales and things of that sort. And it could definitely be causing you to feel discouraged, right? A lot of times we got to get out there and brand ourselves. I mean, brand yourself. Brand yourself. So, some simple ways you may want to brand yourself, and sometimes you have to brand yourself on a budget, right? Because let's talk about that. When usually some people find their purpose and their passion, you most times you don't have the money to get out there and pay high tech, advertising agents that can get you out there and get you to prosper. They want money. They do a good job. They're doing their job, but they want money, and that could be money that you don't have, okay? But another thing, I'm going to speak about that after I speak of this, about if you do have it, what you should do. So we'll talk about that towards the end. Now, you may have to go old school with your branding of yourself. What I mean by that, get you some business cards. If you can't afford it, you can look up some sites that will have promotional deals on free business cards if you can do it. If you have a printer, you can make your own business cards out there, little flyers. Get out there in your community. If some of you feel like, well, my community may not be supportive, I mean, you don't know until you try. You can get out in your community, or you can go in other areas in your city and go in shops. I like to call them mom and pop shops, and just ask them, hey, how are you doing today? May I leave this here? It's free advertisement. They're not going to ask you to pay anything to leave it there. The only thing I just say is, for example, if you're going into a donut shop and your business is a donut shop, don't leave it there, okay? Because that's like, don't do that. But if your business is totally different from whatever stores that you're going into, they're not going to mind if you leave it in there. Hey, can I leave a couple of these here? Thank you. And you can elaborate and tell them if they're interested. Also, too, you have to get comfortable of negativity when you are starting off and branding yourself. You have to get comfortable with negativity. Negativity is part of life, okay? Our life, we work through balancement, okay? Ups and downs, in and out, right? We deal with negative, positive. And in order for us to see the positive of something, I'm going to be honest, you have to see the negative. What I mean by that, get prepared that when you're sitting out flyers and putting it into business and putting it on people car doors, you're going to see some people throw your flyers in the garbage. Hey, we even been guilty and did it sometimes, right? You're going to see some people that's going to say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. That's okay. That should be giving you more of a charge to keep going. And sometimes with people that's working on their passions, it's like you don't want to feel that part. It's, I know sometimes y'all might see some people that start out with a business and then automatically they go viral immediately, okay? But sometimes with that story, you don't even know how hard it took them to get them where they're at, okay? But let's be real, you're going to have to go through negativity. You're going to go through negative people that's not going to want to support what you do. And that's okay. Push and go harder, because behind all that negativity is going to be positive people with good intentions that see your goals and vision. Like I always tell people this, there is so many people on this universe, and not the whole universe is going to be against what you're doing. You may have a good amount of people that feel what you're doing, they don't want to support it, they might be a hater, they might think you're weird, whatever. F it. If you know that this is in your heart what you want to do, move accordingly. Okay. And I feel like for some of you, that's probably what's making you feel like you want to give up, because of the negative feedback. The negative feedback should just make you come harder. Okay. So sometimes you may have to just do simple things as that. Make some flyers. If you can't afford to do advertisement, print out some papers, right? Then the next thing you could do, get on your social media. Okay. Social media is free advertising. You can even make a YouTube channel just for it to be just about your platform alone and advertise yourself. Get comfortable with showing your face so people could see who you are. Okay? If you don't want to show your face just yet, then show your products, your display of what you're doing. Sometimes it's good to even have a small snippet, a small story of your brand, of your business, and why you're doing what you're doing. Again, get it out there, share it as much as you can, talk about it as much as you can. Make, like I said, make a separate page from your personal page. That's another thing I want to talk about too. Some people is branding their business on their personal page, and sometimes that can just, you can have haters and negative people and family that don't want to support what you're doing. So you're going to have to make a whole separate page that is built on this purpose and this platform. Okay. If you don't have the means and money to advertise yourself yet, you're gonna have to brand yourself. Now, a lot of times, some people might ask this question: What should I give up? Maybe this is a sign from God that I need to give up. Let me tell you something. Signs you know that you're living your purpose and your passion is that no matter how hard it gets, a lot of you may feel you're this close to giving up and throwing in the towel and saying, you know what, I'm just going to do this instead. But if every time you say that and you find a funny feeling in your heart, or even if you get frustrated, but you still push yourself that next day to keep going, that's what you're meant to do. And let me tell you something, when you are doing something that you love and you find yourself doing something that you love, it's not going to be easy, because you're starting from the foundation, from the soil, and you are building yourself up. You know how they say that saying that Rome wasn't built in a day? Your purpose and your dream is not built in a day. The easy part is dreaming it. The next part is planning it and then doing it. So I feel like this message is definitely